All right, so are you ready to reverse the aging process? Can you actually age in reverse? Can you get older and feel younger? Can you get better as you get older? Let me know if you believe that you can reverse the aging process. I've been focusing on reversing my aging for 12 years, and there are certain things that I'm doing that are making a difference. And so let me know, do you believe it's possible to reverse the aging process? Hey there to all my friends on Instagram and on LinkedIn and Facebook. So let me know where you're from. Where are you from right now? Where are you chiming in from? Hi, Miss D, Dr. EMI. Absolutely. So what are some of the things that can be done to reverse the aging process? There's so much research going on right now, obviously in the world of biochemistry, the world of neuroscience, the world of exercise. So what are some of the things you may be doing to reverse your aging? And bonjour from Paris, bonsoir, bon après-midi. Hello there from Italy. All right, so what is it that we could be doing? I just read an article 2-3 days ago that many scientists believe that our bodies, the way we are structured right now, we can live at least until 150. So with all of the advancements in the next 10, 20 years, I believe that we'll easily get to 100 as a baseline. And then for those who really want to focus on aging gracefully, I believe that 60 is the new 40, 80 is the new 60. Do you believe that? Hi, David Blackhurst. Nice to have you on. So let me know, do you believe that that is possible? Like, what are you doing right now? All right, what are you doing right now to reverse the aging process? If you were on last week when I talked about my own journey, 12 years ago, I was 243 pounds, 33% body fat, borderline hypertensive, borderline diabetic, fatty liver, and I was inflamed, didn't look good, didn't feel good, didn't have a lot of energy. And so I decided that I was going to make some changes in my life. So I started to really focus on the research, right? So instead of hoping and praying, I focused on the research. And so we already know some of the fundamentals. I wrote down a whole bunch of things to discuss with you, but we already know, the fundamentals, right? We know that exercise, all right, can help us reverse the aging process. Right, it helps in obviously elimination. It helps in mitochondrial activity. We know that nutrition, what we eat, does make a huge difference, right? So I'm curious, are you exercising? And if you are, how many days a week do you exercise? I'm just curious. I exercise 6 days a week for about an hour and 15 minutes each day. And I do a mixture of cardiovascular exercise and strength training and ligament training and balance work as well. So what are you doing? I want to have a discussion today. Non-appendigeries therapy. I'm not sure what that is. So 2 days a week, 6 days a week. How about you? Well, how much are you exercising, if at all? And if you're not, it's the least expensive way to reverse the aging process and to feel better as well. So exercise twice a day, 2 times 45 minutes on 75 hard. Oh, good. Hey, Dr. Vince Wong. Vince, that is it Sean Whalen's program? I've got a few people that are on that. That's a kick-ass program, right? So various kettlebell, jumping rope. I like a mixture of different things. In the winter, I like to ski and do weights and do anything outdoors. So yoga, ride a bike. Yeah, so exercise is really important. What about nutrition? What kind Andy Frisella, that's right. Thank you, Vince. So I was just talking to a few people about that just the other day, and they're loving it. He's been doing it for many, many years. That's a tough program, and it's great. So what about nutrition? What about organic food versus food that is not organic? What do you think about that? I started eating organic food several years ago. Not 100%, probably about 85%. And Andrea, just so you know, you see that, I became a vegan 8.5 years ago, or so 9 years ago. Actually, in July it'll be 9 years. So I eat a plant-based diet. And so why? Easier for digestion for me. Organic foods that have all the colors, you know, the phytonutrients, reds, greens, yellows, blues, purples. I want all of the different phytonutrients that are alive. You know, in my opinion and in my research, the more food that we eat that's alive, the more nutritionally dense it is for us with the vitamins, the minerals that we need, the fiber that we need for elimination, the probiotics that we need. You know, the gut bacteria, the gut microbe has been studied for quite some time, but it really in the last 4 or 5 years, it's really been an explosion of people talking about your gut microbe, right? You've got obviously your brain that is, you know, I guess the head honcho, but you've got your heart as well, and the intelligence of the heart and the brain part of the heart, but also your gut. And so if you're feeding your gut with prebiotics and probiotics, right, that gives your gut the ability, the trillions of cells in our body and the hundreds of millions hundreds of billions of gut bacteria, gives them the food that they need to do what they do. So are you focusing on your gut health as well? So David, organic is so much more expensive there. Yeah, I understand. But sometimes, you know, investing a little bit more in the food that actually gives your body the nutrients that it needs actually ends up costing you less, because then you have fewer diseases that you have to pay for, right? So think about the initial cost may be cheaper, but sometimes spending less costs you more, right? So exercise, critical. Breathing. How many of you are doing breathing exercises? Hi, Lisa G. Dream. All right, 39 trillion bacteria in our gut microbe. Thank you, Vince, Dr. Vince Wong. I've seen you around and appreciate your work. Right, so gut microbe, huge. I focus on my gut microbe every single day. I've done tests to determine what kind of gut microbe I have, and so I'm very into doing blood work, working with functional medicine doctors or a doctor for the last several years to do blood tests to see exactly what's happening in my blood, and then taking vitamins and minerals according to what my blood work is showing. And so a few things that you could be doing, right? There's your traditional doctor is going to look at your general markers, but a functional medicine doctor is going to be working on a lot deeper levels of testing and recommendations as well. So I see, Joe, you're doing Wim Hof breathing, sleep in starry night. Breathing is the key. Yeah, when we're breathing, right, not only are we reducing our stress levels and possibly our cortisol levels, which may make it hard for us to sleep, may make it hard for us to release fat, may make it hard for us to be calm, right? But when we're breathing, is it possible that the oxygen in the air, right, 2 molecules of hydrogen, 1 of oxygen, H2O, is it possible that that oxygen actually is what is needed by your mitochondria to spark the mitochondrial chemical reaction? Just saying. Of course it does. That's why exercise also helps. It oxygenates your brain, oxygenates your lungs, your cells that give you more energy, right? If you think about the idea, people say, I don't have energy. Well, if you're eating foods that require more energy to digest them, than they give you, of course you're not going to have energy. Hi there, Lisa Ruef. Love you too, sweetheart. If you're not breathing and circulating the hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, and carbon that you take in with each breath, and you're not activating the mitochondrial, the mitochondria in your cells, you may be sluggish. So if you're not eating the right way, if you're not exercising, if you're not breathing in a way that gives you a release of energy, if you are made up of 100 trillion cells, right? And those cells have a mitochondria, and that mitochondria is the energy storehouse of the cell. Doesn't it make sense that if you want more energy, you want to activate the energy resources within you that you already have? When people tell me I don't have any energy, I go, what do you mean you don't have any energy? All you are is energy. Maybe a better statement would be, I don't know how to release my energy. I don't know how to eat properly to give me the replenishment of the glycogen store so I can use that fuel in the right amounts. So what about antioxidants? What about, mushrooms, adaptogens? Anybody heard of adaptogens? Other than you, Vince, right? Adaptogens, right? Adaptogens will regulate your adrenal glands, your cortisol levels, your pituitary gland, responsible for the release, allowing other glands to release the hormones. So adaptogens like mushrooms, ginseng, certain mushrooms, reishi mushrooms, lion's mane mushrooms, ginseng, Siberian ginseng, rhodiola, are all adaptogens that allow you to handle stress better. When you handle stress better, you don't fatigue your adrenal glands. When you don't fatigue your adrenal glands, your cortisol levels lower. And your cortisol levels lower, you're actually a lot calmer. Does this make sense? So it's a combination of a variety of different things that you can be doing to be healthier. And here's something that I think is worthy of pondering, right? And that is, how do you want to age? Do you mind if I ask you how old you are? I'll be 60 in September of this year. So at 59 plus, I'm in the best shape of my adult life, but it was a deliberate decision to really focus on my health and well-being. And that stemmed from what kind of a lifestyle that I want to live in my 60s, 70s, 80s, and beyond. And one of the first decisions I made is I wanted to ski. I wanted to travel the world. I wanted to, do things like jump out of planes, which I've done before. And I wanted to be extremely active. Julie Rosser, you're 100% right. And sugar as well. Sugar. I took refined sugar out of my diet. I do eat sugar that comes in blueberries, raspberries, blackberries, and bananas, which is usually what I eat. Hey there, William Pastor, Bill Pastor, how old are you, right? So when we're talking about, reversing the aging process, by the way, I think my team can do this for you. Hey, this is to my team. I was just interviewed for the Anti-Aging Technology Summit, and you can sign up for it for free if you want. And my team will put up a link for it. I did a session on the inner game, right? The inner game of anti-aging and well-being, and how to reverse your aging using your brain. Now, if our brain is responsible for our ability to think, our thoughts, upregulating or downregulating certain hormones, if our brain is responsible for the choices that we make, is it possible, do you think, that we can use our mindset to help us be healthier, to reverse the aging process, right? If our mind is responsible, or our brain, which has all of our habits that govern what we do every day, do you think it might make sense for you to learn how to manage your mindset better? My team did find the link, so great. The Advanced Anti-Aging Technology Summit. There's a free link in the bio and in the chat. I think it's really important that, especially as we get older, here, fill in the blank on this. We are all creatures of, and you know the answer, right, is habits. So here's my question for you. Are your habits causing you to reverse your aging or to accelerate your aging? Think about that. Are your eating habits causing you to reverse your aging or accelerate your aging? Are your exercise habits or lack thereof, your food habits, your sleep? What about sleep? We didn't talk, right? We didn't talk about sleep yet, and I have that over here. What about sleep? Do you think sleep is important? Do you think understanding circadian rhythm, okay, the rhythm of the earth, do you think that may play a part in your aging process? Do you think that sleeping, let's say 6 to 8 hours a night, do you think that that helps reduce stress? Do you think that that helps increase energy? Do you think that that helps with the aging process? Of course it does. If you're not sleeping well, you may be affecting your leptin levels, which are directly tied. Leptin is a hormone that may prevent you from losing fat. And so there is this entire circadian rhythm that is really, really important. I used to sleep like 4 or 5 hours a night. And when I started to do the research, I stopped, sleeping only 4 or 5 hours a night. I started to sleep 6 to 8 hours a night, usually 6 to 7. And I could tell you the energy that I have, the way that I feel is so much better. So if you think about your body, right? Think about your body. We have systems, right? We have the endocrine system, cardiovascular system, digestive system. We have the nervous system. We have these systems that work, hopefully synergistically together to create a state of at ease and well-being. And if these systems are not working well together, we're in a state of dis-ease, which leads to disintegration, which leads to death. So which pattern, okay, are you in? And William, right? For some people, you can sleep more 3 hours your wake-up time. Yeah, that's challenging depending on what time you go to sleep. So when I think about an anti-aging plan for myself, I'm going to give you my list. I think of exercise, sleep, reduction of stress, meditation every day, mindfulness throughout the day, intermittent fasting. All right, how many of you have been doing the research lately on intermittent fasting and what it does to the body? Right, so when we fast, let's say 16 hours, so let's say you stop eating at 6 or 7 o'clock at night and you don't have anything other than water for 16 hours, are you aware that intermittent fasting produces a light state of ketosis where you're burning some fat if you're doing it right, but it also can activate stem cell growth for healing and repair. So not only can you get into a fat burning state more frequently, but if you're following up with really good high density foods that give you energy instead of taking more energy than they give you, then you can really augment life. Dr. Victor Longo wrote a great book called The Longevity Diet several years ago, and he did a bunch of research on the blue zones around the world. I think it's the 7 or 8 zones where people live, okay, the longest, but not just they live the longest, but they seem to be the healthiest and happiest. The other thing that came up in his research, and not a lot of people talk about this, community. A community. people and friends, okay, that you can share your life with. Even us sharing right now, I feel a sense of community with you. Hopefully you feel a sense of community with me. You know, every Tuesday I go live, you know, on Instagram and on LinkedIn and on my Facebook fan page, and I get feedback from you. So there's this sense of community that we have, a sense of purpose, a sense of meaning, a sense of laughter, a sense of learning, a sense of curiosity, right? So as we are, you know, in this community, it's great. And I just saw something from somebody on a topic that's actually really, really good. Where is it? I just saw, autophagy or autophagy with fasting, where your healthy cells eat your less healthy cells. So that happens with intermittent fasting as well. So I do intermittent fasting several times a week, where I stop eating around 6:30 at night. When I have dinner with my wife, then I won't eat till 12 or 1 o'clock the next day. 3 times a year, I do a 4 to 7 day intermittent low calorie fast, where I'm eating probably about 800 to 1200 calories a day. I go into a state of ketosis where I move from a carb or sugar burning system to a fat burning system. And so that is, you know, something that I do as well. As I mentioned before, organic whole foods. What about this? What about, well, not my cup, but what about water? What about water to kick up metabolism, to eliminate toxins, to create proper bowel movements, right? That's the 3rd or 4th one today already, and it's only 9:30 here, right? So there are so many things that we could be doing in order for us to augment our life. So let me ask you a question. Antoinette, I think collagen is great also. It's a great supplement. Do you take supplements? And Pauline Barber, yes, water is great for the brain, maybe because most of your brain is water and a little bit of fat, right? And so most of our brain is made up of water. It's like a gelatinous tofu-like substance, right? Have you ever held a brain in your hands, right? What about water? How many glasses of water do you drink a day? Right? I'm trying to get, I'm about 200 pounds, 6'1", 200 pounds, and I try to get about 80 ounces of water a day. I know that I'm supposed to drink about 100, but I get about 80. All right, so what kind of supplements do you take? I take multi-minerals and vitamins. I take maca. I take Udo's Choice Oil for omega-3, 6, and 9 for my brain and for digestion. I take cacao, raw cacao. I take a variety of different vitamins and minerals, but not just any types of vitamins or minerals. I subscribe to a company called the Life Extension Foundation, which does some great research, and so I get a lot of stuff from them. Dijon, what do I think about cold showers? I think it's great. There's something called hermesis. Hold on. I think it's hermesis. And anytime you shock your system, whether it's a cold shower or intermittent fasting, you're actually increasing its capacity to adapt, right? So it's hermesis. And so I used to do cold showers. I stopped and I haven't started again, but you know what? Starting tonight in my shower after my workout, I will start my cold showers again. And I go into the ocean here in San Diego and it's pretty cold, right? So Christy, do half your weight in ounces of water. That's what I'm trying to do. I just don't like to get up in the middle of the night to pee 4 times. So I try to stop drinking more water around 7 o'clock at night. So vitamins and minerals, are you taking vitamins and minerals? So that, listen, there's so many things that you can do, right? And so here's my question for you. Since we're talking about this stuff, talking about it is great, it gives you awareness, but can I maybe challenge you? All right, can I challenge you? Are you ready for my challenge? If you're ready for a challenge, let me know that you're ready for a challenge. And by the way, for those of you who just joined us, I gave everybody a link to the Anti-Aging Technology Summit that I was interviewed for on the mindset for anti-aging. It's free, and all of you can come as my guest with the pass that we're going to give you in the links or up in the bio. But let me ask you, can I challenge you for something? What is one thing, right? Behavior, right, is what gives us the learning and the result. It's not learning about stuff, thinking about it. It's actually taking action. So what's one thing that you are going to commit to me right now? I'm going to commit to starting cold showers today, as adding that to my arsenal of anti-aging. Okay, so I'm going to commit to cold showers. And so what is one thing that you can commit, okay, to doing for the next 7 days? I'm going to do cold shower every day for 7 days. All right, so if you're already doing them, what is one thing that you can add that let's have a little bit of fun, right? So let's have a little bit of fun. So pre-exercise, how long? Anna, yeah, full cold shower, just cold shower right on cold. All right, so Emic, you too, Antoinetta, water with lemon. All right, come on, all my Instagram friends too. What do you commit to doing? One thing, 6 to 8 hours of sleep a night, more water, how much more specifically? So invisible walk 10 miles every day, that's a big goal. 30 minutes of sports a day, not eating at night. Oh, good. Okay, so Andrew, I'm gonna add that also, especially right now. Some of you know, I showed this last week. I'm working on this right now. I have a goal for September 14th to have a 6-pack at 60. So I'm in a really, really, really regimented time right now. So I'm going to start the cold showers on top of everything I'm doing, and no eating, okay, after dinner, which sometimes I have a little unsweetened yogurt with some psyllium and some oil and some blueberries. And so I'm 7 days of no eating after dinner. All right. Deal for 1 week for me. All right, David, stop eating chocolate 1 week. I got you. Meditation, 10 minutes a day. Drink more water. How much more water, right? So how much more water? All right. Stop sugar. Dijon, I stopped sugar on October the 1st, 2020. And I haven't had any refined sugar since October the 1st. And I'm a sugar addict, or should I say I was a sugar addict. All right, so playing basketball, walking and drinking every day, no coffee, yoga nidra, awesome. Intermittent fasting every day, cold shower every day. Come on, this is where the rubber meets the road. We don't make progress thinking about it. We don't make progress, reading about it. We don't make progress until we take action and we yield the benefits. All right. So Marianne, 8 kilometers of swimming a day. I love it. No artificial sugar, only fruit, and try and eat fruit Georgette that's on the low glycemic index versus the high glycemic index. Okay. So as long as you eat the fruit with the fruit, that's great. So blueberries, raspberries, are really good, and things like that. All right, so we've talked about reversing the aging process. We've talked about adaptogens. We've talked about exercise, sleep, gut micro, intermittent fasting, stem cells, whole foods, water, ginseng, mushrooms, rhodiola, pituitary gland regulation, cortisol level regulation, meditation, mindfulness, blood work. Get your blood work done. See what your blood is telling you, right? Functional medicine doctors can help a lot. So the next 7 days, I'm going to hold you all to it. So here's what I want to do. Every Tuesday, I'm live on the channel that you're on. I want you back here next Tuesday. Watch the Anti-Aging Summit, and you'll get a lot more great tools. It's free, and the link is put up there for you. And I want you to come back here next week and tell me and everybody else that you followed through to completion, okay? Here's what I can share with you. Don't be a goal setter. Be a goal finisher. Be a goal finisher. Set a goal and then commit to it to completion. Can you do that? Can you do that? Give me a like or a love or a yes, John, I can commit to that. I don't care how small it is, but here's one of the things I want to teach you. I want you to teach yourself to give yourself a command and then follow through to completion. Do you know what that will do? That will build your self-trust. That will build your self-confidence. That will build your certainty. That will build your character. That will build the habit of being a goal finisher versus a goal setter. Are you in? Are you in? Come on, let's do this. Let's have some fun. All right, let's have some fun. Let's get healthy together. Let's live long, amazing, healthy, vibrant, energetic lives. Like, let's die the healthiest we could be when we're dead. Let's not die sick. Let's die healthy. All right, let's die from being thoroughly used up. All right, everyone? Have a great day. If you like this, please share this. Just click on the button to share it. Let's get many more people into being healthy, spiritually, emotionally, mentally, physically, financially. I want health in every area of my life. Are you in? I focus on every area of my life. I don't focus on just one area. I want it all. My first best-selling book, New York Times best-selling book, was about having it all. I want you to have it all too. All right? So, are you a goal finisher? Let's do this together. I'll see you next week, same time, 9 o'clock Pacific time, 12 o'clock New York, 5 o'clock in London. Bye. Thank you. Sign up for the Anti-Aging Summit. There's a free pass for you, and my team's put up a link for you, and you're going to learn from a bunch of incredible people there as well. All right? Thanks. Arrivederci.